Hello guys, good afternoon. Welcome back to Matafin. My name is from April. In today's section of the video, we will be discussing bearing. But before we start, please subscribe to the channel page and remember to click on your notification buttons for more videos. Okay, so coming back to bearing. Some years back, I was always wondering how the captain in the ship dictates their direction. At some point in the middle of the sea, it will be so wide, and I was asking myself, if I was the one driving the ship, like, where will I turn to? If I was the captain in the ship, how will I know my direction? And even the pilot in the airplane, I was always asking the same question. How will they know? So I would look at the sky, I was like, it's very wide. How will I know where to turn to and know my direction? Okay, this is where I'm going. But in my recent years of studies in school, I discovered that the captain in the ship and the pilot in the airplane make use of what we call compass bearing. And that will bring us to the topic of today, bearing. Compass bearing is very, very important because it always points towards the North Pole, helping us to dictate our left from our right with the help of the cardinal points. So what are the cardinal points now? Okay, the cardinal points include the north, the south, the east, and the west. So the cardinal points include this. So this is what helps the captain and the pilot in the airplane to do what? Dictate their direction. Haven't said or haven't mentioned the uses of compass bearing, the use of bearing. Now, what is bearing in mathematics? Without much grammar, bearing is a way of defining direction as an angle measured in clockwise direction from the North Pole. I'll take it again. Bearing in mathematics is defined as a way of direction. Is defined as the way of direction as an angle. Measured in clockwise direction from the North Pole. So we have two indications when we are talking about bearing. We have two indications. We have first the compass bearing. We have the compass bearing, and we have what we call the three-figure bearing. I hope you are seeing this very well. These are the two indications when we are looking at bearing. We have the compass bearing and we have the three-figure bearing. Without much time, I will explain what compass bearing is. Remember, I said that it's very important because it helps us to dictate our left from our right. But there is this important emphasis when it has to do with whenever compass bearing is mentioned. Compass bearing takes its measures only from where the North Pole and the South Pole. I repeat myself again. Compass bearing takes its measures only from where the North Pole and the South Pole. Then the three-figure bearing takes its measures only from the North Pole. The three-figure bearing takes its measures only from where the North Pole. Now let's pick some examples to explain this more. Example of compass bearing. How does compass bearing look like? Example of compass bearing. Okay, so I'm going to pick probably two examples or three examples. So our label A, we have north 60° east. B, we have south 70° west. Then C, let's pick the two because of space. We have north 60° east, we have south 70° west. This is example of compass bearing. This is how compass bearing look like. We can also represent this in the cardinal points. These are in this form. We can always represent this in in this form. Now let's see how we can represent this in this cardinal what diagram. Now we have north 60° east. Remember, each quadrant of this contain what is 90°. Each quadrant north to east is what 90°. East to south is what 90°. South to west is what 90°. Such that if you join all of them, you have what 360 what degree. Now let's see how I can represent north 60° east. We have the north, we have the east. Each of this is what 90°. So if I from my 90 I can take 60 out, I can sketch my 60 out with the help of your compass. I call this my 60, I call this my what 30°. So that 60 plus 30 will give me what 90°. But remember, the compass bearing takes it measures only from the north pole. So I'm going to measure 60° from the north pole to where my measurement stops. So I'm crossing it like this. What we can see from the north pole to this point where the 60° stop, and I call this what my 60°. Call this what 60°. That's for A. Now let's see how we can represent B2 in this form. I have my north, I have south, east, and what west. Now each quadrant contains what 90°, and the question carries what south and west. South and what west. So this is my south, this is my west. Each quadrant contains 90. So from south to west is what 90°. So I'm going to sketch 70 out. So if I sketch this out, I can say this is 70° and this is what 20°. So it takes it measures only from where the north pole or from where the south pole. That is for compass bearing. It now depends on the question. If the question carries what south, you indicate your measurement from where south. If it carries north, you indicate your measurement from north. Now, since it is 70°, I will take my measures from here to the point where the 70 is. And join this line here. I call this what 70°. So this is what south, 70° what west, and this is north, 60° what east. So this is how to represent that compass bearing in this Cartesian what form. Let's also look at example of three-figure bearing. Example of three-figure bearing. So if I have 0, 45°, second one I have 120°, and the third one, last but not the least, let's say 230°. Now under three-figure bearing, there are no indicators. We don't have the north, we don't have the south, we don't have the east. They are just represented with numbers. But the most important thing you should take note under three-figure bearing is that it is always represented in what 3-digit form. For example, this is just 45°. So we would have just write 45°, but I write what 0.45 what degree, because it must always come in what 3 digits. Now I can also represent this in this what cardinal form. I can also represent this in this cardinal form. Remember, three-figure bearing takes it measures only from the north pole. Remember, three-figure bearing takes it measures only from where the north pole. Now let's see how we can represent this in this form. Because of space, sorry, I have to clean this because of space. So let's see how we can represent this. The first one, if this is my north, this will be my south, east, and what west. I want to represent 0.45°. You know, each quadrant contains what 90°. So if this from north to east is 90°, definitely all of this is what 180. 90, 180, 270, 360. 90 plus 90 will be 180. 180 plus 90, 270. 270 plus 90 is what 360. But I'm looking at 45. So 45 falls under the first quadrant. The first quadrant is what 45 90 degrees. So 45 falls under what? 90 degrees. So I'm just going to divide it into 2 because 90 divided by 2 is what? 45. So I'm going to take my measures from the North Pole. I'm taking the measure from where? The North Pole, because three-figure bearing takes its measures only from the North Pole. It doesn't consider any other word degree. It takes its measures solely from where? The North Pole. So I'm going to sketch from here to here, and I call this my 45 word degree. So this represents 045 word degree. Then the second one said what? 120 degrees. So let's sketch that and see how it will look like. Oh, this is straight enough. North, south, east, and west. Now 120. This is 90. So definitely 120 degrees falls under the second quadrant. Second quadrant is what? 180. 90 plus 90 is what? 180. So if this is 90, I need what? I need 30 degrees to join to 90 to give me what? 120. So I have to sketch my 30 and 60 out from this second quadrant. So I can call this 60 degree, I can call this 30 degree. So my 90 degree here plus 30 degree here will give me what? 120. So I take my measure only from the North Pole because it is a three-figure bearing. So I take it from here down to where I have the 30 degree, which will add up to give me 190. Then the whole of this is what? 120 degree. So this represents 120 degree. So let's go to the last bit, not the least, which is what? 230 degrees. So we take our sketch, north, south, east, and what? West. Now each quadrant is what? 90. 90, 180, 270, 360. So 230 is going to fall under the third quadrant, because 230 degree is bigger than 180 degree, which is the second quadrant. So it's going to fall under the third quadrant. So now I have 180 here. I need 50 degrees to add to 180 to give me 30. So I'm going to divide 40 and 50 because each quadrant like this is what? 90. So if I sketch this way, not doing anything wrong, because this is 40, this is what? 50. So this is my 90. 90 plus 90, that will give me what? 180. 180 plus 50 degree, that will give me what? 230 degrees. So 230 degrees, it takes the measures from the North Pole. So you take it from here down to where you have the what? 50 degrees. So the whole of this is what? 230 degree. This is your 90 degree, this is 90 degree, and this is what? 50 degree. Please, the most important thing you should always remember is anytime compass bearing is mentioned, the first thing that should come to your mind is it takes its measures only from where? The North Pole, or from where? The South Pole. But anytime three-figure bearing is mentioned, it takes its measures only from the North Pole. So this is where we are going to end for today. Please remember to subscribe and click on your notification button. Then if you have any question, please drop your question in the comment box. Thank you.